That is a good cup of tea. What's your favorite type of tea, Todd?
I'm a big fan of the Trader Joe's Winter Wake Up Tea. That's been my go-to for a while.
Oh, I want to try that. How about you, Evan? You got a favorite tea? Okay. Welcome to Tea Time.
To each his own.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, all my beautiful wrestling fans. Welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Paris. It is backstage and referee appreciation, because if you get good backstage, you're really lucky, and a good referee is worth their weight in gold. But here in Wrestle Club, we prize silver more. So the great thing about Tea Time with Paris is it's not just for the wrestlers, because our people behind the scenes, they are the ones that are our lifeblood. We could not exist without them. How did you guys find Wrestle Club? Evan?
So, I actually work with somebody who is involved with Wrestle Club, and they needed a camera guy one day, and I said, you know what, I'll join, I'll do it, sounds like fun. So I went out there,
And I've heard you had to do security too, right?
Oh yeah, a few times, when it's just people being weird.
Or not.
Todd, same question. How did you find Wrestle Club?
So this was about 5 years ago, and I was just looking to see if there was a local independent wrestling company in Idaho, and I went on Facebook and just searched and found Wrestle Club, and there happened to be a post that said, hey, we're looking for backstage for referees, ring announcers, and I was like, I can do that. So I sent a message, got a response, and they said, yeah, we've got an extra ref shirt, get some black pants, come on down, we'll train you. And so I showed up to the first event. And
I remember last year at the Canyon County Fair, you reffed 30 matches, right?
31 matches over 4 days. Yeah.
This is why we value so much. So what has been your favorite thing about Wrestle Club? What keeps you coming back? Evan?
Just the community, all you guys are super amazing, and you guys are willing to drop everything to help each other out and all that. And it's just kind of me helping you guys is kind of a payback for you guys, being there for me a few times and all that. Like I said, I first got involved with somebody who was already involved with Wrestle Club, and I admire that person a lot. So at first it was just oh, I'll come do this as a favor for you, as kind of a thank you. And then it just kind of became a whole other thing, and to the point where I'll take time off of work to come out for certain events and all that. So yeah, it's just great community. Our fans, our wrestlers, even the not so great project, you know who.
Poopy Pants. You can say it. Project Poopy Pants.
That's fair.
I forgot that's their new christening, Project Poopy Pants.
Thanks to the fans. Thanks to JoJo.
Yeah. We had the same question.
I'll double down on what Evan said and the people. It's a great group of people. They're all very accepting and welcoming, and I've seen a lot of new people come in since I've joined, and it's the same every time. They're open arms, come in, we'll teach you, we'll help you.
Do you have a favorite Wrestle Club match?
A career versus career match, and it was Tree City Giant James Grimm versus Brocker Balderson, and this was back before the pandemic, and we were doing shows at Death Proof Coffee, which was a great venue. Two veterans that were just really slugging it out, and the loser was done with wrestling. And so Tree City Giant James Grimm went at it hard that match, and he won. And the other match that comes to mind is the Four Corners of Pain match that we did at the Comedy Club between Evie Kiyoshi and Damian Black. And in that match, there was a different weapon in each corner, and you couldn't win the match until all four weapons had been brought out and used. So there was.
Evan, how about you?
I know you guys are gonna have to help me remember which one exactly, because they all kind of blurred together for the cameraman. But it was also in Death Proof. It was one of the rumbles where they had tables, chairs, ladders. You probably remember that.
I do.
But it was just so chaotic, and at one point I literally had to have one of the refs hold on to my belt and pull me out of the way, because everyone was just going everywhere. Like, I've almost been taken out a few times, but that probably, other than our most recent one I was at, that was probably the closest I've ever been to actually getting, like, hit or falling on top of. Or
Yeah.
What are your hopes for Wrestle Club in the future?
I just hope these guys, by these guys, I mean the wrestlers, have a chance to actually, like, either go full-on professional or have bigger opportunities ahead of time. Because honestly, they all deserve it. They all work so very hard and just put their passion above everything else sometimes, and it's just amazing, and they deserve the world, honestly. Like, they deserve everything good for their careers.
I agree. What about you, Todd?
Yeah, I think that's a big thing is seeing some of the wrestlers that we work with move to not so much move, but being able to go and compete in other states, other companies, and that leads to more opportunities and like you said, being an actual professional for a big company, and I would love to see someone from our club get there.
You know what? I got a good feeling one day someone's going to get there. Maybe me, but
I'll root for
Why
you.
not?
Oh, sweet. All right. So, do you have any advice for anyone who would want to get into working backstage for a wrestling company or a referee? You go first, Evan.
I would just say, like, just go and try your best. I mean, what we do isn't as important as what the wrestlers do, but it's still a vital part. And as long as you stay humble and you just do what makes them succeed, you're good. So if you have like a genuine interest in becoming a wrestler, I recommend starting backstage first. I actually did some training. I might go back to training if my work schedule all works out. We'll see. But yeah, and it's the same with like I said, any job, any passion project. Just start from the bottom and work your way up.
How about you?
Yeah, make contacts, meet people, go to shows, talk to anybody you can that's involved with the wrestling company, and just look for opportunities that are out there. If you're going to a show and you've reffed before or you've wrestled before, bring your gear. If you're going on vacation somewhere, bring your gear. Something I learned from one of the guys that helped train me was Sign Guy. He's a ref. He's been back in Indiana, and then he's up in Seattle now. But that's his thing, is always have your gear with you. You never know when an opportunity is going to present itself, and why not be ready to take advantage of it?
Yes, and don't be scared. If you see us at a show, don't be scared to come up and talk to us. If you really want to get involved, you have a place at Wrestle Club, rather as a wrestler, a future referee, or joining the backstage crew. We're all important. So please, come. We want to see you, right?
Definitely.
Yep.
Yes.
Definitely.
So, how long have you been a wrestling fan, Evan?
So I actually, as a kid, I would watch matches here and there, but I was never really into it. It wasn't until a Wrestle Club when I joined in that I actually started focusing more. Admittedly, I could watch some more matches and be more into it, if that makes sense. But yeah, they kind of really had me looking at it and had me following all these other accounts and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So I was probably about 9 or 10, and just flipped through the stations and found WWF Superstars on a Saturday. Just started watching it and liked it. And I grew up in Portland, and they came to the Coliseum, and I was like, well, Dad, I want to go. And so my dad took me to my first show, and I saw Hulk Hogan, I saw Andre the Giant, I saw all the huge names from back then were there, and then after that, it was every time they were in town. I had a friend that I got into it, and he and I would go. His dad took us once, my dad took us, then finally we were old enough to go by ourselves.
Okay, so speaking of wrestlers, who's y'all's favorite in club?
But as a referee, I'm impartial. I don't have a favorite.
I don't believe that.
It's, there are some that maybe haven't treated me the greatest that aren't going to be ever on the favorites list. There's, for example, Jay Cruz, who every pre-match, when, I have to go check, make sure he doesn't have any weapons or anything on him, which sometimes people do. Check him. As soon as I'm done checking him, without fail, his hand's in my face and I'm on my back. Every time. Once the bell rings, I've got the stripes on. I'm running the show in there, so.
He tossed me one time. That was fun. It's on video somewhere. Who knows where. But he was in the match, and I guess I distracted him with my camera because I got up on the ring to get, my job. And for whatever reason, he got offended that I was there, and he started yelling at me, and I think it was Mega Muska. He got him, pinned him, and Jay just lost the plot and started trying to take his mask off. So it was me and somebody else, and we dove in there to go and save him, because you don't take the mask off a wrestler. That's just line crossed and completely erased. But yeah, as probably as favorite wrestler goes, Paqueto's probably high on my list, only because he let me drink some of his margarita at, but it wasn't Death Proof. I think it was Revolution. Yeah, I always have to. I'm the hard cam, so I always follow them, and we were following them, and he went and got himself a margarita, looked at me, and pretty much just shoved it in my face. So,
in tandem of being a great referee, Todd Silver, what else do you do? I heard it involves a video game.
It does. So for the last, I think 3 or 4 releases of the WWE 2K series, I've created a good portion of the Wrestle Club roster each time. In 2K23, the previous year, I think I was up to 31 total wrestlers, which included wrestlers, people on commentary, couple referees, which are intentionally rated a lot lower than the rest of the roster. So we get beaten up quite a bit. And so if you go out to YouTube and search for Todd Silver, that's available out there.
And I'll leave a link in the description of this video as well, so you don't have to search too hard. Well, no doubt that people can go and download Wrestle Club roster, correct?
They can just search for Wrestle Club in the WWE 2K games.
I am so excited. Our next event is March 16th and 17th. And who better to tell us about it than Evan?
So yeah, our next event is March 16th and 17th. Times are to be announced, but it will be at the Bordertown Comic Con in Ontario, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Come see us. Come follow us on our Facebook pages, and we'll announce the times there. And yeah, it'll be a good event. Always is.
I will be there. I'm currently on injured reserve, so I'm not reffing, but I will be the ring announcer for that event.
Okay, well, I think that comes to the end of the episode. So if you're not able to make Bordertown, I want you to know from us here at Teatime, we want to wish you a happy, safe St. Patrick's Day. Todd, you got any advice for St. Patrick's Day funds?
Keep it in moderation.
How about you, Evan? You work at a bar.
I'm the exact opposite. Drink as much as you want. But tell you something. If you're going to go to a bar and drink in public, learn how to act. And 2, it's going to be a long wait time. So don't be crying to me about, I haven't got my 3 Jameson shots yet. There's 15 other people at the bar top. I don't know what you're expecting, but there's 500 people in the bar. So know what you wanted to order. When you get up to the bar, order it. And for the love of tip your bartenders.